Hello everyone, I for once want to record a little bit of a different video about all the things that I do outside of trading that make me a better trader. Now I'm not saying that this is the exact blueprint or you need to do these exact steps and then suddenly you become a crazy profitable trader. Take from this video whatever you like, whatever is applicable for you. But I think that this is very useful, and you will notice that a lot of very successful traders have a similar kind of pattern or have a similar outlook on the things I'm going to discuss in this video. So a little bit more of a freestyle, informal video. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Let's get into it. I made a short list on my phone, and I would just say let's just kick it off. First of all, if you want to be a trader, you want to do this on a daily basis, then the idea maybe that you have with trading is like the Jordan Belfort kind of days with hookers and drugs and money and cars and crazy shit. There are probably firms around the world where that still happens. That is very much everything behind closed doors. You're really talking about probably the smartest people of the world who work with all kinds of algorithms, but for most retail traders that does not exist, or at least not exist anymore. That yelling in the pit from buying and selling, and I don't know what the New York Stock Exchange, also that is mostly gone. It still happens, but those extreme days, that is over. When I was little, that is what I saw on TV. That was when I saw it, I was hooked, and I thought I want to become a trader. I found it insane. Had no idea what it was. I found it insane, but that was the moment for me that I thought, I don't know what these people are doing, but I want to be part of it. And of course, later on when I grew up, that disappeared. But I'm just trying to say is that if you watch maybe The Wolf of Wall Street and you think, I want to become a trader because for whatever reason I like hookers and cocaine, then you are probably eventually finding something completely different, and that is that trading is much more mechanical. It's a lot of waiting, it is a lot of preparing, it is way less exciting as you maybe see in Wolf of Wall Street or other movies, and it is much more of a mechanical sport. However, everything that comes around or that is involved with this to eventually reach that level of becoming a very good trader, that is the process, and what, at least for me, makes it interesting, and that is of course what we're discussing also in this video. I just want to say that maybe if you're starting off with trading and you're really expecting that kind of lifestyle on a day-to-day basis, it barely exists on the traders who are very, very profitable. What I would like to give you as a first big takeaway is have a simple life, or simplify your life. Just have a limited amount of choices that you make on a daily base, on a weekly base. A good example of this is what I always like is Mark Zuckerberg. For years and years, the guy always just wore a jeans and a shirt, and he did that because he said, when I wake up, I don't want to have too many choices because I'm already so focused on Facebook. I just want to grab a t-shirt and a jeans, go to the office and work on my company. And having way too many choices already at the beginning of the day just distracts him. And that is also the same for trading. Sometimes you already need to be highly focused on those trading hours, that having easy choices or simple choices during the day leading up to the trading hours or maybe afterwards, you will see that you have so much more brain capacity left on the moments that it matter, the moments that you really need to focus on your trading. This is something that helps for me a lot. For example, I don't care a whole lot about clothes. Usually I just go to the most simple stores to buy a t-shirt or whatever. I don't really care so much about these kinds of things. And I'm a real guy. I usually take whatever is on top. I don't really think about these kinds of things, but usually then I think back about what Mark Zuckerberg said in his beginning years at Facebook, that he likes to have a lifestyle where he doesn't have to make 100 decisions during the day that have nothing to do with his core business. The second one, I already said it a little bit, is to have a simple life, or simplify your daily lifestyle. What I mean with that, and for example, if I look at myself, my gym where I go here is a couple minutes away. I go to the supermarket once a week, that is during the weekend, that is somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes away. And I go out for dinner 7 days a week. I actually don't cook. Right now I'm in Asia. Food here is relatively cheap. I can go to a restaurant, order my food. It's probably there within 10-20 minutes. I finish the meal, pay, and I go back again. Everything is done under an hour, and it just saves me a lot of time, a lot of hustle. I don't have to think during the weekend, oh, what do I want to eat this week? All the groceries that I need to buy for that. Yes, I do have breakfast here at home, but especially the dinners, I cannot remember when I cooked my own dinner for the last time. That has been years and years ago. And by just knowing that I'm always going out for dinner, and I know that a lot of people don't have this luxury, but again, I'm in Asia, so here it's relatively cheap. It just leaves me again with so much brain capacity, because if I'm start trading, that's the New York Open. That's here already in the evening, so already awake for a couple hours and have done quite some stuff. Then I still want to be fit. So by limiting the amount of choices that I make during the day, and by having a relatively simple lifestyle, I can just completely focus on my business, on trading, on whatever that matters to me. And I have noticed that is really a big game changer. If you do the other way around, let's say your day is full with so many decisions that you need to make, you have all these little things that you need to organize during the day, you would see that at the end of the day, let's say you're in my time zone and you need to start trading, this is gone, and you're going to make terrible decisions. And then once you are completely clear and rested, and you look again back at your trading, and you think to yourself, my God, why did I take this trade? Or why did I not enter here? Why did I miss this? How is it possible? Has everything to do with your brain capacity and being rested or not. So again, have a simple life, or try to simplify your life. You will see that gives you so much rest, and therefore barely any stress. Other than that, pro traders, like really pro traders who do this on a day-to-day basis, are absolute athletes, and everything that they do on a daily or weekly basis is in service of their trading journey, and that's also how they treat it. It is really being at the top of your game. That also means try to limit alcohol. If you get completely wasted on the weekend, let's say Friday, Saturday, maybe even Sunday, you will notice it on Monday and also on your decision making. I'm not 18 anymore, so if I get wasted on a Saturday, I still notice on a Monday that I might be a little bit hangover, and you do see that your reaction time is slower, that you miss certain trades, that you miss certain setups, things that you might normally see. You will see that just has an effect on your psyche. So try to limit the alcohol, of course also drugs. I'm not someone who is into that kinds of stuff. When I was younger, I had my fair share, but other than that, with the trading, absolutely no go, especially if you are the kind of type who says, Jordan Belfort, yay, let's use a lot of cocaine. Step away right away, because you have much bigger issues than trying to trade. If you think that this is the path to go, then please quit today, step away and get some help. This is the road to destruction. Don't do it. Smoking, I also wrote down. When I was younger, I used to smoke cigarettes, not anymore. One day I just quit cold turkey, never smoked again. Of course, for all the obvious reasons. It will not influence your day-to-day maybe decisions of opening or closing a trade. But of course it will affect you on the long term, again, for all the obvious reasons. Personally, I do smoke cigars so now and then, only in special occasions, but that is also usually outside of the trading week from Monday to Friday, so then usually in the weekend. It doesn't happen a whole lot, but that is then kind of something where I indulge in, to say like this. But try to limit all of those as much as possible. Again, look, an athlete. Does an athlete drink a lot or use drugs or smoke or whatever? No. So try to be like that. Try to be on the top of your game. Eat healthy, work out a lot, have enough sleep, and try to limit then again whatever you're doing to be in shape as much as possible. Another interesting one that I picked up a couple years ago, and that is to divide your day into blocks. So let's say now I'm using 1 or 2 hours to go exercising. So I'm going to the gym, I'm going to work out hour and a half, I'm going to drive back. That in total, let's say, is 2 hours. Now I am going to, let's say, do a course of trading, and I'm just going to use 1 or 2 hours. Now I will actually do the trading, I will do maximum for 2 to 4 hours. And that is kind of how you then divide your days in blocks. You will also see that if you really need to study, that eventually after an hour or 2 hours the brain capacity already goes down and you cannot really focus anymore. But doing different stuff in different blocks of 1 or 2 hours, you can quickly also pick up the focus again. So let's say you're saying, okay, I'm going to take 2 hours to study trading, then I'm going to work out and have a lunch, and then I'm actually going to start the trading for another 2 hours. So this is 2 hours, workout and lunch is 1 hour, and then again 2 hours. You have 5 hours, but you will see that the block here of 2 hours is then again on a quote-unquote fresh mind, because you have been out, you have been eating something, you have been working out, the blood starts pumping again, and you're not completely 4 hours all in one of learning and trading all at the same time. So to divide your days and tasks in blocks of 1 or 2 hours for me was an absolute game changer, and I would highly advise you to also try that. And whatever then your sweet spot is, you just have to try to figure it out, if that's like an hour here and an hour there, or an hour and a half and then half an hour break, or whatever that then is. But to have a super long string of, let's say, 4, 5, 6 hours where you're studying, it's not going to work, 100% sure. And then last but not least is that I don't want you to forget to have fun. And then mainly I mean outside of trading. I know that trading sometimes can be a little bit stressful, or maybe it can be exhausting. You can have all kinds of emotions of doubt and frustration and I don't know what. That's all fine, but you also need to reserve time in your day or in your week. I usually take the weekends to just unplug completely and do something else. Have fun and do something else. I right now live pretty close here to the mountains, so I can just go for a hike. Usually in the weekend I go for a massage. I like to go for a dinner where I take more time, where I maybe have dinner for 1, 2, 3 hours, really chill, relax, enjoy the time with friends and family. You would see that if you really unplug and do something that is non-related to trading, super important, it needs to be non-related to trading. If you then start picking it up again on Monday, you are much more excited, you have much more energy, and you're much more refreshed than if you would have continued the journey and just, okay, I need to keep going, need to keep going, need to keep going, and keep yourself pushing. Unplugging and doing something that's not related to trading, and preferably also nothing that has to do with money calculations and risks and all that kinds of stuff that is slightly correlated to trading. Try to unplug and do something completely else that is so good for your mind, your psyche. I'm only giving you one pass, and that is that if you are on the road of learning and you want to become a trader, and let's say you have a full-time job, so you're working 5 days a week, but you're reserving the weekend to study and to learn, that okay, you get then 1, 2, 3, my max would really be 3 hours in one session where you're learning, let's say on a Saturday or Sunday, about trading. That's it. But still in that weekend you need to have time to relax, to do something fun, enjoy friends, family, kids, whatever you're doing, going out for dinner, massage, like me, whatever. Just have some alone time, have some friends, family time. Deconnecting is so important. I am sometimes a little bit of a workaholic, especially in my beginning years. I just always kept going, and then when I was relaxing, I felt guilty. I was like, oh my god, I'm wasting all my time. What the hell am I doing here? And you feel non-productive. But actually the weird thing is the opposite is true. By doing nothing, by doing something fun, you are actually recharging your body, your mind, your mental health, your outlook on life, on friends, on situations. You are recharging, and then eventually when you go back to trading, back to the trading desk on Monday, you're like, okay, everything what happened last week was last week, now is a new week again, let's go for it. So to summarize, make sure that you make simple choices, right? What I just told you about your outfit or whatever. Don't overthink all the choices that you need to make during a day. Then of course try to simplify your life. Everything needs to be somewhat easy, or try to make it as easy as possible what you're doing. Think again about having a gym close by, your supermarket, going out for dinner. Try to think and live like a pro athlete, about alcohol and drugs and drinking and all that kind of stuff, and smoking, and divide your days in blocks of 1, 2, maybe 3 hours max, but 1 and 2 for me at least is the sweet spot. And of course don't forget to have fun on the days that you're not trading, have fun on the moments that you're not behind the desk, especially in the weekends. Try to deconnect, try to unplug, and just enjoy the time. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please do me a favor, like and subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. If you want to see more of this or not at all, please let me know in the comments, because if else I don't know. And see you guys very, very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.